Welcome Stampers to another YouTube Tuesday. I'm Julia Fair with Fair's Craft Lair, and you can find me on fair'scraftlair.blogspot.com. And today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make an envelope with the envelope punch board. And I figured we have some awesome cards that we've been working on, and you guys should probably learn about, or would like to learn about, how to make envelopes on your own, because this paper works really great for envelopes as well. So I thought I'd share that with you today and get you started on the envelope punch board, because this paper, this is the Is Bright Designer Series paper, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Let's see if you can, there's a little different pattern on the other side, but this is the bokeh dots pattern, and I really like it. Excuse me, I'm having a hard time talking today. I really like it with copper, so that's what I have done with this, and we're going to keep the design pretty much the same, but I'm going to do another paper just to show you a different option, but this will be the one that's shown on my blog. All right, so this week, as usual, I have a special of the week, and the special of the week this week is that you will get a do-it-yourself VIP kit for all 5 of my projects in the mail, delivered straight to your door with a $35 order. So you just order $35 with me using the host code listed here, and this will be included as well as all my projects from Monday through Friday. So let's get to the fun. All right, so first things first, envelope punch board. All right, this is a really nifty tool. If I remember correctly, it came with some extra stickers that showed you different dimensions. I actually use the ones right here, and it works perfectly fine for me. All right, so this has a punch. It has a punch that does this little divot shape so that you can fold easier. And then this end has a corner rounder, so you can round off the corners, which we're going to use both. But I love having a corner rounder on this tool anyway. It makes it a lot easier to be able to round corners on other things. And I find that just having this one tool is actually a lot better for me than having another corner rounder punch and stuff like that. It comes with a bone folder. And you want to keep this one with it, because what we're going to do is be scoring and then we're punching. All right, so we're doing a standard size envelope, and a standard size envelope is for a card size of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I found the card size here. By the way, they actually have things as small as like gift cards. So if you like being able to give out gift cards, you can do a gift card size here perfectly as well. It's over here. All right, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It says I need an 8 by 8 sheet of paper, so that's 8 inches by 8 inches. And then what I'm going to do is score on the line that's 3 1/2. So I'm going to find the 3 1/2 mark over here. All right, going out from the punch. All right, so I've got my 8 by 8 paper, and I'm going to slide this in here and line it up at the 3 1/2 mark. I'm going to punch, and then I'm going to score, and I'm going to hold it just like that, okay? And I don't know if you can see my score line. I can see the score line pretty well, all right? But this score line here, we're going to just turn this, and this little piece that juts out here, you're just going to line it up with that. That's all you're going to do. Punch and score again. And now all you have to do is keep lining it up. So that first one's the only one that you have to make sure it's at the same spot. That one's a little harder to see. So it should end up, I double check, the first and third punch should end up being at the same measurement mark, so 3 1/2. Sometimes it's a little bit off and it still works perfectly fine. And then the last one, follow it around, line it up, and score. Ooh, my camera's bouncing, I can see that. All right, so next thing, I'm going to just go ahead and do all 4 corners with the punch right now. I don't technically have to do this on all of them. Ooh, that didn't get quite in there. Nice thing is you can't really mess up your corners if you don't get them in there perfectly. You just have to do it again. All right, so all 4 corners are rounded. You don't have to round all 4 corners, but I do anyway. It just makes it a little easier. Then it doesn't matter how I glue it together. If I got something if I have one part that's not right, it works out fine anyway. So now all we're going to do is burnish all these. We're going to fold on all the score lines and burnish them. So what's nice for these is you can do all sorts of different projects with this envelope punch board. You don't have to send just cards. And by the way, other places, like you go get a gift card somewhere, you may end up actually having a gift card that's not a standard size gift card, and they may give you something and you might need an envelope that fits that size, which is great. I actually made envelopes last year for CDs. I had a CD that I was going to be giving to people for Christmas, and so I made envelopes for those CDs. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put adhesive on these two and then stick that, and we're going to leave this one open. But don't worry, it's not going to stay that way. When we do our ribbon band, it will be fixed. I love tear and tape for this. Tear and tape holds up really well. I love putting jewelry in things like this. It works really well for jewelry. You can use a nice pretty piece of paper in order to be able to do, just put like a card in here to hold your jewelry on. Oh, by the way, speaking of jewelry, we're going to have a little fun with some of the Stampin' Up! Products that are out right now for the holiday catalog. So be looking for that. I'll have a really fun video for you guys coming up here shortly. All right, so this is the envelope. And I love that it's two-sided paper. It makes double-sided paper. It makes it so, so fun. All right, next thing. I kept the color for the tag about the same, but I'm doing gold embossing instead. All right, so back to our sample. The smaller one is 1 3/4 inch punch, and the bigger one is a 2-inch punch. So that's what we're going to do right now. And I just have scraps of paper here. I love just being able to use up scraps of paper. I don't know about you. I was feeling really punchy today, so that's why punches are really easy to do on camera as well. Makes it a lot more fun. All right, got those 2 punches. And while we're punching, we're also going to need, I'm not remembering what this one's called, but this is in the holiday catalog. It's like the holly branches or something. We're going to do this in the gold foil sheet. All right. So I'm going to line it up in here. I'm doing 3. You could do more than 3 if you want to. But I thought it was just enough. And give me just a second. I'm going to close my door also because I realized that I have people coming home in just a minute. Sorry about that, but don't want them coming up and being all crazy. All right, so we got these punched out. All right, so the next thing, we are going to use Versamark ink and the stamp set. Where's the stamp set? There it is. Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas to all. All right, it's the stamp set Versamark ink. It is not pigmented, but it is a shadow ink. So it will give a slight color change, and you can use that on pretty much any cardstock. Yep, there's my family coming home. So you'll see it kind of change just a little bit. All right, so I did this leaf. We're gonna set that off to the side. I'm just gonna stick this in here. All right, and I'm gonna do my embossing powder on those first because I want to make sure that I am not getting a lot of extra embossing powder on other things. And there's also something else I should have done first, and we'll make sure that that actually happens this next time, which I forgot. Tap it off really good. That actually looks pretty good. All right, so I am going to heat emboss this, and my embossing gun's off camera, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna heat emboss this. Ooh, I don't know if I've been stamping on camera. I might have to go back and look at that. Okay, anyway, embossing gun or heat tool. All right, before I finish all this, I'm going to show you. That's the one I just did, and this is the one that's not done. So I don't want to touch this for a couple seconds once it's done because it's melted. But you want to emboss it with the heat and keep the heat moving until it just changes like that, and then you move on to another section. All right, so I'm going to do the other one. And there we go. So that's the first two. All right, now I'm gonna do the other thing that I should have done, which is the embossing buddy. Do as I say, not as I did. I always forget this. I have this tool on purpose because your fingers can create a lot of oil. And then the paper just sometimes has texture that picks up stuff. So this is basically just a really fine powder that it's an anti-stick tool. So it'll keep static down and all of that, which is great when you're stamping stuff like this. Okay, so, and then I'm going to use, there are two images in here, 2 sentiment pieces in here. Sorry, they're stuck together. All right, we're gonna do To You from Us. I'll stamp these both fairly quickly here. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna make sure it's on camera. To pick these up and not get them warped, you want to lay them down and then pick it up, and that helps a lot. Let me tell you, it helps a lot because they like to wobble around. To You from Us. Stamp that one down. Stick this in the case. All right, pick up the next one. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. Get that out of the way. Ooh, and I'm bouncing again, sorry. Get that out of the way. All right, and back to gold embossing powder. Now, especially with sentiments like this, it's really good if you can use the embossing buddy to get the anti-stick. And this is Stampin' Up! Gold embossing powder. I love it. It works so well and makes everything super pretty. Look at that. It's like perfect. Just perfect. Yeah. Okay. I think I might have been off camera for that. All right. Once again. Embossed. Not embossed. Yep. Embossed, not embossed. All right. So I'm going to go hit that with my heat tool. All right, and that, my friends, is done. All right, so now we can just assemble, which is the easy part. Okay, so embossing is done. Back to the envelope and my other punch. So the first thing that I'm going to do is run a little strip of tear and tape. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time talking today. Down the center, because that's what's going to adhere the ribbon ends, and then you won't see the ends of the ribbon. All right, we want to tie this around. It's going to go around, so I'm going to actually use it and go around this way. And then, oh, I left my scissors on the other desk. Oh! All right, there we go. And I clipped that off. I'm just going to clip the ends of my ribbon because I think I might add some ribbon behind this one too, just to give it an extra little oomph of dimension, but there we go. And if I want to, I can kind of slide that around to make it more centered. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is adhere these guys on. All right, and that's going to be with glue dots. All right, I did put one behind before, and I don't think that that's necessary. I could actually sew, I'm going to use tear and tape because it's not really going to show, especially if I put it towards the middle. You won't even see it because there's going to be so much other stuff going on. All right, tear and tape holds the world together. Maybe that's duct tape. Anyway. There we go, I like that. And I just put 2 aimed up and 1 aimed down. All right, and then I have a cut. I have the gold metallic thread, and I actually had some cut from a project that I thought I was gonna use it on and didn't use it on it, so here we go. All right, so big, long, all I'm gonna do is wind this around my fingers. Windy, 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 windy. All right, and the end there's the end, all right. So we're going to kind of pinch that together. And I want this to go the opposite direction of those that are there. So kind of stick that down. Stick it down. It's a very technical term. Just stick it. All right. I can get that to stick there. The biggest thing, tuck the ends. It's just, that's like the only thing that, you know, makes a difference. Just tuck the ends. There we go. Haha. All right. That looks pretty cool. And it's not absolutely perfect, which is, I don't want absolutely perfect. All right. And then I've got some dimensionals here for the back of the tag. And I did do cherry cobbler with real red ribbon. I don't mind mixing on this because they're both part of the designer series paper, DSP. They're both part of that. I think that might be enough. I don't know if I need to add the ribbon. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good to me. All right, so now all we're gonna do is stick that down. If you want more layers behind, you just have to like add like a loop of ribbon or something and be perfect. So, but that is awesome. And this just slides off, super easy. You could put something in there and then put this back on. And if you have trouble, let me show you, if you have trouble getting this on, well, maybe the other end is easier. Sometimes one end is tighter than the other. But if you have trouble getting this on, stretching it across, you want to lay this across and then you kind of loop this up and set it on. And then it'll go. It makes it, that's why the designer series paper is super nice for envelopes. It makes it really easy to get that done. Of course, you want to be able to hand deliver these because making this go through the mail would be torturous and probably wouldn't end up where it needs to be because of all the details on the outside. We want to have stuff that goes in the mail on the inside of the envelope. But for hand delivering special gifts and cards, this is an excellent way to be able to do that. So let me know if you have any questions, and again, check out my blog and see if you'd like the projects for this week. You know, place an order with me and let me know if you need any help with anything. And I hope you have a wonderful time and wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me.